Hi everyone.
Hey,
Hi.
Hero. Okay, I think we can start. Hello, everyone. Maybe there are still some people joining. So a couple of things to update. I don't have much. I will let Full Node team speak way more than last time. So on our end, we will start merging the PRs of RPC 0.8 and release and publish a release candidate. So go take a look at that and let us know what you think. One thing that is not gonna be in there is the proven on L2 status. So we spoke about it a bit during these meetings. We decided internally to postpone it, the rationale being when we will want proven on L2 status, it will be more future compatible and it will be more of the sort of real thing, which is to say that in block N, we will publish the proof of block N minus K or something like that, instead of a status of proven on L2, which only means that a run of the ambassador was successful. So this is not going to be entering 0.8. This also means a tricky new status less. The other missing piece of 0.8 is the structure of receipt and traces in view of the new resource L2 gas and with the new Cairo native mode of execution, which doesn't know about Cairo steps. So this is still to be decided. Hopefully we'll have something to update about it in the next meeting or even next week. As soon as we do, we'll publish a PR and make you know about it. I saw that the Pathfinder team has published the dump of all the new block hashes computed on old blocks, and people are, as far as I can see, started looking at that as well. So let's continue doing this effort. And there's also a message that Shahak published yesterday in the group, which is more about a medium-term vision. The message is basically at some point we want to deprecate the feeder gateway. The thought on this is that the Starknet sequencer will run a P2P server component with a hard-coded list of peers. So this implies no discovery and no malicious peers concerns. And the takeaway is basically for the upcoming phase of testing and test suit creation to focus on stress testing rather than safety. The timeline for this is pretty vague, but it's for sure not earlier than Q1 of 2025. That's pretty much it. One last thing is I saw that Juno has started looking into implementing parallelization in the re-execution engine. Pathfinder has looked at it as well. There were some issues with the API and also performance issues. Maybe the Pathfinder team can comment on this themselves. But the TLDR is basically that it's not clear if it even makes sense for the use case of serving the RPC, in the sense that re-execution as it is now has a more load on the CPU. And if you get a lot of concurrent requests for traces, for example, you may even get degraded performance if you use concurrency versus the execution flow, which doesn't use parallelization. So yeah, just wanted to mention it. So this is pretty much it for updates on my end. I'd say to the teams, go ahead and update on anything you want on P2P and how the testing suite, the testing in general is going.
If that's all right, I can start that update from the Juno on my side. On the Juno side, I mean, obviously we've seen the upgrade of mainnet to 13.2, and that went well. That was preceded by the stress test, which was also more closely monitored. That was the second iteration of the stress test, and that went well too, which makes us happy and pretty much ready for the scaling of Starknet, and that's awesome. Just released an early patch release of Juno quite recently, just with the minor fixes and minor features. Something that we promised previously and we will soon be ready to start showing is the proposal for the approach to P2P network integration tests. That is the work of Wojtek. He's been pretty much working on it and considering various options. I expect by next week to be able to present a POC that we can share with the broader forum, with the full node teams as well. And I would like to facilitate discussion on, okay, so is this sensible approach? I would also like to share the insights and experiences with alternative approaches. Hopefully that should align us on the potential way of doing that in a uniform manner. So as I said, expect that early next week within the full node collab channels. That's it from the Juno side.
Nice, thank you. I saw that Wojtek also published a link to the P2P tests.
And also Kirill here has his hand raised.
Yes. Yeah, I have a few comments. So regarding this Blockifier API changes that we ask you in the Slack channel, without them, like it's not possible to turn on parallelization and execute blocks because it fails. I think it fails during validation step or something. And Pathfinder team also found this issue. Regarding testing of P2P hashes dumps, we started it either yesterday or one day earlier. We found that there are hashes mismatch even for zero block. As you may imagine, it's like very hard to debug those hash mismatches. Right now, what we definitely know for sure is that there are differences in the way transaction event commitments are calculated. In particular, I think Pathfinder use Pedersen hash for all blocks. So even if we calculate 0.13.2, which is P2P hash for all blocks, I think in Pathfinder they use Pedersen hash, but we still stick with Poseidon hash, which was basically declared in the hash specification, right? So this is one just small question from my side. How should we treat this function for old blocks, which is 0.13.1 or something like that?
I think the hash should be the same as the one used currently.
You mean Poseidon, right?
I don't remember right off.
Yeah, it's Poseidon.
Poseidon. Then I would say Poseidon.
Okay. We still investigating it, and once we found like all the issues, we will publish it in the Slack channel.
Right, thanks. Not great, but yes, something.
So maybe I'll just post an update on the Slack channel because I've got really bad internet connectivity right now.
Okay, no problem. Okay, if there is nothing else, no other updates, then I'd say we can end the meeting now, and update on the channel. Cool. Thanks everybody.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.